East End of London will forever be connected to some of the darkest acts in human nature. Serial killers, murderers, prostitution, calling your child Shaniqua, walking around Asda in your pyjamas. But high-level corporate crime? White-collar rip-off merchants? Surely not. And not in connection to somebody who sounds less like a criminal mastermind and more like a cabbage. Horatio Bottomley was born in 1860 in Bethnal Green in London's East End. He was placed in an orphanage at a very early age before being turfed out in the street at 14, left to fend for himself. But Horatio, despite having a name that perhaps didn't do him any favours, was as bright as a button, and he managed to land a job as a legal shorthand writer in a law firm. It was here that he began to learn about corporate law, company law, and it was here that he began his real education, not in how to abide by the law, but how to circumvent it. He worked hard securing good contacts, and on leaving the company decided to start up his own publishing firm. He managed to raise over £200,000 worth of investors' money before making 85 grand magically disappear, leaving the investors shortchanged and the company bankrupt. But Horatio Bottomley was also gifted with a silver tongue, and he managed to talk his way out of charges and go on his merry way. His next scam was an old classic, promising investors great returns on a mine situated in an area so desolate, so isolated, so backwater, so inhospitable and uninviting that no one in their right mind would ever visit the place. That was Kalgoorlie in Western Australia, and I can personally attest to all the above and worse. It's the only place I've ever done a gig with the graffiti swear words on the wall are misspelt. Fact. Anyway, this didn't stop Horatio, and Kalgoorlie was a metaphorical goldmine for him. He set up 50 companies, some of which returned, but most were fraudulent, and amassed a personal fortune of £3 million. Horatio's next idea was a real gem. What better way to promote your fraudulent companies than by publishing a newspaper promoting them? And so, the Financial Times was born, with Horatio Bottomley as its chairman. So what do you do when you've amassed a small personal fortune and you're a lying, low-life, silver-tongued rogue? Why, enter politics, of course, and that's exactly what he did. Promoting himself through his own magazine once again, John Bull, he managed to get himself elected and became a popular politician of the day, before being turfed out in 1912 for being bankrupt. But by then war was looming, and while many brave men were sent to all areas of the globe to pay the ultimate sacrifice, Horatio saw the opportunity for a fast buck. Recruitment speeches became part of Horatio's own personal war effort. Charging £25 a go, he managed to gain a personal income of £27,000, urging others to go out and die in lonely fields. Oh, Horatio. His patriotic speeches managed to garner him a lot of attention, and he was re-elected for Hackney into Parliament in 1918, while still involved in a lot of other side scams. But eventually your past will catch up with you, and that was exactly the case for poor old Horatio. As an alcoholic at 62 and weighing 17 stone, he was eventually tried and sent down for 7 years. But on being released, he decided to pursue a new career and dreamt of bright lights and stage fame. He toured the music halls as a kind of stand-up comic cum speech maker, before suffering a heart attack on stage at the Windmill Theatre and dying in 1933. Of course, today Horatio Bottomley is now long forgotten, and he never realised his dream of being a star on the stage. But despite the boos and jibes and jeers that were thrown at him during his later years under the bright lights, it seems that he wasn't alone in thinking that that's where he truly belonged. In the 1980s, whilst clearing out a theatre in London, a tuba fell down and with it a diary belonging to the late, great playwright Noel Coward. In it were notes where he had been trying to work on a play on the life of Horatio Bottomley. Some tell tales, others rhyme, but I sing songs from Howling Sea.
If you're wondering what on earth you just witnessed, you've been watching a video from the Songs from the Howling Sea podcast. Each week I release a song and a video about a person or a subject from London's East End. 52 songs in 52 weeks. For more, visit www.songsfromthehowlingsea.com.